Good morning, YouTube. I wanted to welcome to old Mc.Hampton Homestead, and I just kind of want to show you. I've never really posted anything to YouTube before, and I just kind of wanted to try just to see what happens. I live here on a little 1.3 acre homestead, and I've learned so much about homesteading through YouTube, so I thought I'd just kind of throw a video on there and see what happens as far as YouTube. But anyway, I have 4 goats. I have 4 little dwarf Nigerian goats. I have 2 Duroc IPP crossed piglets, and they're enjoying their morning food this morning. For me, I keep things pretty small scale, and I also have 16 chickens, mostly Barred Rocks and Rhode Island Red heritage breed chickens. I ended up buying 4 lavender Orpingtons from the feed store when I got there. My wife really liked the color of these little lavender Orpingtons. So if you guys notice all the little buildings that I have built here, they're actually all handmade out of old pallets. That red barn that you see right there was on the property when we got here. It's still kind of just a shell. It's made out of OSB and not very good. But these little shelters actually cost me very little money. I was able to build them out of mostly pallets. If you guys see that waterer right there, I built that out of an old barrel, put a pig nipple in there, and it's working really, really well. And that's a YouTube thing. But this chicken coop, I'm gonna go and feed the chickens right now. I've been able to do this chicken coop for, I'd say around $500 or so with pallets and old plywood that I was able to gather. And yeah, it's kind of cool. So I thought I'd go in here and show you my little feed situation. Pigs are generally on just a regular hog feed that I buy from the feed store. And these guys do pretty good on that. They're really, really easygoing little pigs. It's kind of nice. The Duroc, I think, is kind of a calm breed, and they do really, really well. Sometimes they get a little bit chargy when you go inside when they're really hungry. But for the most part, they've been really gentle little pigs. My daughter can come in here and not be afraid of them. She's a little afraid of them, which is good. But they're generally pretty docile pigs. But yeah, we'll pop in here and feed our chickens. Chickens, I usually do just a quick layer feed plus the scratch feed. And I know there's a lot of different ways you can save by fermenting food. I've researched a lot. My background is in horses, and I have done a lot of forage classes. I've done a lot of feed classes, things like that for chickens and for pigs and cows and horses. But I usually kind of try to keep it simple. These guys, I like to let them out in the mornings. They like to run around. They're all about running around in the mornings. I'll switch it over and show you guys. They're headed over to the pigs. They like to go over and jump in with the pigs and eat with them. But you can see they're very excited. There's that lavender Orpington I was talking about that I got grabbed from the feed store, and they're a beautiful gray chicken, but mostly Rhode Island Regs and Plymouth Barred Rocks. I believe we have 1 rooster. That one right there, I call him Pepper. These are still technically pullets. They're not. I have about 2 eggs a day so far, total 16 chickens. But they're laying pretty well. For the most part, the ones who are laying, yeah, the pigs like to get after them. But they're still not all laying yet. And I think I only have 1 rooster so far that I'm noticing. So I didn't do the whole sexed out chicken thing, trying to figure them out. I did buy them straight run, so I'm not sure exactly if I know I have one rooster so far, and that's that guy right there. Just by the way his tail feathers are setting, and his comb and gobble, the way he's looking, I'm pretty sure he's the rooster. But yeah, pretty cool little guy. My dog loves to hang out with our Nigerians. You can see I've got 2 doelings and I've got 2 bucklings. Well, they're not bucklings anymore, they're little wethers. So we fix the boys. There's one of them, but they're good little goats. They're kind of troublemakers. We're considering milking them, but I don't know. It's a lot, and I've definitely researched a lot about goats and milking goats. So we'll see what happens. But they're good little goats. The nice thing about this place is it's small and really easy to maintain. I do work 9 to 5, so it is hard to be able to manage, but a lot of this stuff I've been able to build on my own, and just source old wood. A lot of this is just recycled wood as far as like all the feeders. I do put a shade cloth on this outdoor run for these chickens, so they have a little bit of shade if I do decide to keep them in. If you can see really close, I'll zoom in on her. There's a barred rock right there in her nest box laying. So they are starting to lay, which is really nice. We're starting to get fresh eggs every morning. If I don't kind of look how I designed this thing, I did do there she is right there. She's like, oh, trying to lay. We did put decoy eggs in there, in their nest box, just to kind of start getting them used to being in a nest box, and kind of show them that, yeah, this is what you do in a nest box. I wonder if any of you could answer this question. I do have a couple of them laying, but they're laying very soft eggs, and you know, they're not fully developed. And I'm thinking that's because, oh, my dog, he's liking to chase those goats around. But yeah, I don't know if that's normal. I've been kind of trying to research if that's normal, like an egg that's not fully developed as far as the shell. So if you can answer that question, that'd be really cool. Is it normal for Rhode Island Reds and Barred Rocks and other chickens to lay a very soft egg at the beginning of their laying cycles? But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys this fun little homestead. Again, we're at 1.3 acres. Not a very big homestead. You can kind of see back there, that's the back of our property. And these little shelters I put out in these big paddocks. I'm thinking about obviously doing permaculture and rotating animals through. But for now, I've only been here a couple of years, and I kind of wanted to do a just a small scale right now, just kind of get my feet wet and figure out what to do in the future. I mean, we're thinking doing meat chickens next year, and doing a kind of a John Siskovich chicken tractor. I've researched a lot about John Siskovich, and I kind of would like to do a chicken tractor style with meat chickens next year. But yeah, I just wanted to see what this does on YouTube. I'm excited to post it, and yeah, I really like the homesteading world and self-sufficiency. We do have gardens and everything, but that'll be for a later video. I didn't want to go super long on this, but anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Happy homesteading out there.